What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Shakur Stevenson, undefeated Olympic silver medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified WBC, WBO super featherweight world champion, now the reigning WBC lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, who has 21 wins, no losses, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout. He is 26 years of age, 5'8", with a 68-inch arm reach. If I had to describe Shakur Stevenson, I describe Shakur Stevenson as a slick, southpaw, accurate, great reflexes, elusive, high ring IQ, cat-like reflex defense, Shakur Stevenson. A marksman with his accuracy in the ring. Shakur Stevenson is in the headlines right now because somebody he deemed to be a close friend of his, he feels is not a close friend of his anymore. And he stated he had to do away with his so-called close friend, right? And that's undefeated junior welterweight star title contender, Africa, Hitchens, who is 17 wins, no loss, no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. Shakur Stevenson is from Newark, New Jersey. Hitchens is from Brooklyn. They grew up together. They came up together in the sport of boxing, in the amateurs. You understand that, right? And they extremely close friends. Recently, they're in the headlines because Shakur Stevenson took to social media and essentially said, in a nutshell, he had to separate himself from Hitchens. To that, Hitchens replied and stated, "I've always been a good friend, and you always been a good friend to me. If what I said in an interview as of late, of my opinion, didn't sit well with you," essentially he's saying he apologized and he'll choose his words better moving forward. If you don't know, Hitchens recently did an interview to which he was asked about Shakur Stevenson's upcoming fight, November 16th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, against Dominican lightweight star title contender Edwin De Los Santos. Edwin De Los Santos is now 16 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 14 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, 5'9", 5'8.5", with a 70-inch arm reach. And he's an explosive southpaw who's athletic and has power. And Hitchens sparred Edwin De Los Santos. So Hitchens, he tried to state that the reason he made the statements that he made was simply to bolster Shakur Stevenson's resume, because he got tired of Shakur Stevenson being labeled somebody who hasn't fought somebody. So he figured if he souped up and hyped up Edwin De Los Santos' skill set and talent, that he would get, that being Shakur, credit for beating Edwin De Los Santos. He said that he thought he would beat him easier than what he did. He didn't think he would stop him. But in the interview he said it's a 50-50 fight. And if Shakur gets hit by Edwin De Los Santos, who got a lot of power, he could get knocked out. So it's going to be extremely interesting. He did that interview that had to be back in October, right? Maybe early November. And he said this is going to be a 50-50 fight. Shakur Stevenson is in the toughest fight of his career. He proved to be right. But now he's somewhat trying to backtrack, saying that he was just trying to hype up Edwin De Los Santos. But in the same token, in the same breath, he goes, because of the outcome of the fight, which was a lackluster performance on the part of Shakur, who is admitting of this. Shakur Stevenson won the vacant WBC title, but they had combined the lowest output of landed punches in boxing history, as Shakur landed a total of 65 punches 46 came by way of jab, which is a clear indication he wasn't engaging and wasn't throwing power punches. Now, to Shakur Stevenson's defense, Shakur Stevenson clearly had a hand injury going into the fight. You can see his left hand was extremely swollen. His left middle finger knuckle, extremely swollen, right? And Shakur Stevenson is a southpaw, so now he's naturally a right-hander, but he fights southpaw, and you can clearly see that, you know, he wasn't active with the left hand, right? And Shakur Stevenson, okay, is very accurate with that left hand. Okay, he didn't use the left hand at all whatsoever. Okay, and because he didn't use the left hand, he didn't have a high output. But you can clearly see that his left hand was injured, right? Now, with that said, Edwin De Los Santos had no injuries, and he landed a total of 40 punches, which is the second lowest in history of boxing in a 12-round championship fight. Okay? He landed 40 punches, right? And nothing was wrong with him except his game plan, his strategy. He didn't make adjustments. He came in on a straight line, looking for the same combination over and over and over again. Shakur Stevenson, ring IQ is extremely too high for that. His athletic and reflexes are too good for that. That's not going to work. So he made no adjustments, and Shakur wasn't engaging because he was injured. So based off of that performance, Richards and Hitchens, now I'm going to show you Shakur Stevenson's hand. That's his left hand. That's before the fight. So as you can clearly see in his middle finger, that's the pinky, ring finger, middle finger, that's his pointer, and his thumb is underneath. And you can see his thumb there. This is his, look how swollen the knuckle is, right? So he was clearly hurt going into the fight. I find it amazing that nobody gives Shakur Stevenson a pass for being injured going into the fight because of what he said he was going to do. But everybody wants to give Errol Spence a pass for saying that he was injured going into the fight with Terrence Crawford and getting stopped. So Shakur Stevenson was injured and won. Errol Spence was injured and lost. I'm just confused. But with that said, right, Edwin De Los Santos was healthy. So nonetheless, Richards and Hitchens had this to say regarding Shakur Stevenson not being aggressive in the fight and not opening up. Listen what he said.
Telling Shakur everything I told Shakur before, Shakur was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna do this. He ain't shit. He ain't this."
So he said that everything he told Shakur and gave fair warning to Shakur about Edwin De Los Santos, Shakur Stevenson overlooked it, right? And he's going to, this is Richards and Hitchens now. Now, I'm going to show you, this is not about Richards and Hitchens' comments about Shakur and Edwin De Los Santos. It's about Richards and Hitchens' relationship with undefeated 3-division world champion, 5-time world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely acknowledged as one of the faces, if not the face of the sport of boxing, in Gervonta Tank Davis, who is 29 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 wins by way of knockout, 29 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm, and an explosive knockout artist, southpaw. It's about Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis and Richards and Hitchens have become extremely close friends, and Shakur and Richardson were extremely close friends, and now Shakur and Gervonta Tank Davis are big rivals, and Shakur is saying, you were supposed to be my right hand, now you his right hand, and now you're trying to make it seem like is this about your opinion on a Edwin De Los Santos fight, which I'm sure didn't help, but it's about the fact that now you his right hand man, but you're supposed to be my right hand man, and he's my biggest rival, and they fight in the same weight class. So let's see.
I hope he got the power they saying he might support. One thing about motherfucker cracking, like he's like they say he's a penis cracking, that motherfucker is cracking, like, and Shakur got in there and he felt it. And I felt like Shakur would have fought the fight any other type of way and opened himself up like De Los Santos was clipping him. Because De Los Santos has the type of power. Like, if he hits you, you better be able to take a punch. Like, you better.
So he said that if Shakur would have opened up, De Los Santos was going to clip you. And if he hit you, you better be able to take a punch because he's knocking you out. So essentially, he's saying Shakur is going to get knocked out. If he would have let his hands go and been more offensive or not been as defensive, he would have got clipped and got knocked out, right? And then he goes on to say how Gervonta Tank Davis is licking his chops. So why would Gervonta Tank Davis be licking his chops? So we know he's close to Gervonta Tank Davis. So Shakur Stevenson had this to say, right? He said, "My brother, my right-hand man's made my rival his right-hand man's, and I ain't even never catch a issue with it. Now he telling y'all I'm mad about his opinion. Y'all sick if y'all believe that," right? So he's saying it's not about his opinion with the Edwin De Los Santos situation. This is what Richardson Hitchens had to say. "I always been a real friend, and a bro always been a real friend to me." He said, "I always been a real friend and a bro. Bro always been a real friend to me. If what I said has me viewed as an enemy, it is what it is. I always keep it real with ever. I don't know. I always keep it real with whoever. Just next time, I'll watch how I say things, because Fight Hype," he named Fight Hype, "made that situation way bigger than what it is." No, you said what you said, and that's what made it big. They didn't take it out of context. You said if he fought a different manner, he would have got clipped, and if he get clipped, he's getting knocked out. You said Gervonta Tank Davis got to be licking his chops after seeing that performance, right? So this is about Gervonta Tank Davis. This is about the biggest fight for Shakur Stevenson. This is the fact that Gervonta Tank Davis said he has a 3-fight hit list, and Shakur Stevenson is one of those guys on his hit list, along with Devin Haney and Lomachenko. That's what this is about. Now, you made this your best friend or your right hand, but you're supposed to be my right hand, and you know I'm on his hit list. That's how he's looking at it. So this is all unfolding to be a very good storyline for all fighters involved. So let's see how it unfolds and plays out. Hopefully, Gervonta Tank Davis makes this fight with Shakur Stevenson, because Shakur Stevenson let it be known to the world. You picking Gervonta Tank Davis, but after I make Gervonta Tank Davis and beat Gervonta Tank Davis easy, like I did Edwin De Los Santos, then what you gonna say? Right. Now, you guys know I'm one to pick Shakur to beat Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm on record. I told Gervonta Tank Davis that I think Shakur Stevenson can beat him. I'm on record. It just is what it is. Period. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.